Hi there, today we're gonna make Chinese spring rolls. This is actually a family recipe. I got it from my aunt a couple weeks ago. And basically what I have here is I'm gonna show you the ingredients and then I can show you how to get started. So I have 6 cups of cabbage already cut and shredded. And then I also have shiitake mushrooms that have been soaking in boiling water for about 15 minutes. And you can always reserve the liquid afterwards to use it for any soups. And then what you want to do with the shiitake mushrooms is after it's been soaked, you want to cut off the stems, and then you just want to cut the mushroom caps. And then what I have there next is half of an onion, a yellow onion, and just chop it any way you like. And I do have 4 stalks of celery and also 4 carrots, peeled and washed, and it's already been shredded. And then with you can always do meat, which you can do. I have 4 ounces of ground pork there, or you can always do ½ pound of ground pork, ½ pound of shrimp, and or you can omit the meats if you want just vegetarian spring rolls. And then last I have the we like the vegan egg roll wraps, and this is from Nasoya. And you can always buy egg roll wraps from any Chinese store or Asian store, and that's what they would have there. I believe my aunt likes to use Wei Chen. Okay, so what I have here is my wok, and I've added about 2 tablespoons of canola oil, and I had it on high, but now I'm putting it down to medium heat. And I'm gonna add the shiitake mushrooms. We're gonna let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. It does take a little longer to cook these mushrooms. And then, so once we have cooked this about 2 to 3 minutes, we'll add the ground pork, and also we'll add about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. You can always adjust the heat as appropriate. I know some stoves aren't the same, especially if you are working with the electric stove. So now I'm going to add the ground pork. And so what you want to do is you want to cook this all the way through. And make sure it's browned before you add the soy sauce. Okay, so I've already added the 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and because of that, I'm not going to add any salt. And you can always add a little bit of fresh ground pepper as soon as it's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the onions, celery, and carrots. And we're going to let this cook down for a little bit. I would say about 2 minutes or so. And so this recipe right here, it actually will make about 15 to 20 spring rolls. And it really just depends on the size of your spring rolls. Okay, so I already have sauteed this for about 3 to 5 minutes. And I've actually added a cup of water. The reason why is because it was drying out. You can always use the mushroom, the shiitake mushroom water that you had reserved in the beginning to just add more flavor back into this egg roll. And so basically I'm going to add the shredded cabbage little at a time. And you want to make sure it cooks down before you add more. And you can always add more water if you feel like it's drying out. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like after you've sauteed it for about 15 to 20 minutes. I ended up adding a cup and a half of water. Now it doesn't matter because at the end you can always squeeze the water out. You just wanna make sure it doesn't dry out in the cooking process. So I'm gonna show you how to wrap this. Make sure that the filling is cooled down before you work with it. And so you're gonna start with putting it like this on the rectangle, and make sure you put about 2 to 3 tablespoons on it, and then you could use a egg wash. So what I have here is just an egg that I've beaten, and I'm just going to put it on here so that way I can seal it. So you're just going to go ahead and roll it up like this and make sure it's tight. And if it breaks on you, that's okay. You just continue to roll it. And then you can set it down like that. So I'm gonna do a couple more just to keep showing you. And I'm excited about this because I love egg rolls. It's so good. So again, we're going to spoon about that amount, about 2 tablespoons to 3. And then you're going to use the egg wash. And you're just going to lightly put it on the edges, that way it can seal. And then you're going to fold it in. It's okay if it breaks. And there we go. I'll do one more. It smells amazing. And so if you end up with leftover filling, it's totally cool because you can actually use this to eat with noodles or even you can...
Fried rice?
Yes, fried rice would be great. Yes, I love it. And that's the voice of my wife. All right, so fold it in.
Oh.
There we go. All right, so I have already added one of the egg rolls just to test it out. You want to make sure that it is going to be, sizzling like this. And so what I have here is I've added 4 cups of sunflower oil. You can use any oil, but I think having either sunflower oil or canola oil will just be good. So I'm adding one, and then I'm actually going to add the other egg rolls. And then you want to fry these, and don't overcrowd the pan. Have at least 4 in there, and then let it, I have the pan set at high, but I'm going to actually turn it to medium high. And then so you'll want this to basically brown. The vegetables are already cooked. You're basically just cooking the egg roll skin. That's it. Okay, so this is what it looks like after you have fried it in the oil.
Whoa.
And so if it looks crazy, it's okay because it's going to be delicious. So I'm going to cut into one to show you what it looks like. And you want to make sure you put down paper towels just to drain the excess oil. Mm-hmm. And so this is what it'll look like. It looks really tasty.
Oh, yum.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait to eat it. And so right now I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite sauces. So what I have here is actually, this is something that my wife got for me for Valentine's Day. Momofuku soy sauce. I'm really excited about this. I've actually tasted it, and it's got this really nice kombu flavor. It's really savory. It's really tasty. So I can't wait to use this. And then, if you're not into soy sauce, they also make a tamari. Really exciting. So
But is that going in the sauce?
That is not going in the sauce.
Okay, just to make sure.
Yeah, just the soy sauce.
Okay.
Okay. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take just about, I would say, a tablespoon of soy sauce. And then we're going to add a little bit of sesame oil. So probably a teaspoon of sesame oil. We're also going to add, this is something that I've learned from my uncle. And so he's from China, and this is amazing. This is a vinegar, black vinegar, that is very tasty. And you could get this at any Chinese grocery store or Asian grocery store. It's just a bit different. It has a different, you know, kind of a different flavor to the profile. It's not, I don't know how to explain it. You'll just have to try it. It's very good. And then lastly, I like all my spices, all my sauces a little bit spicier. So I have here sambal. It's just a fresh chili paste. And so I'm just going to add a little bit, maybe a lot. And basically, we're going to just stir this up. Yeah, so that smells good, and it's going to be so good. So here, we're going to try it. And this sauce is perfect for dumplings. It's perfect for egg rolls. Or, oh my goodness, or whatever else you want. All right, we're going to try it. Oh yeah.
Good?
Really good. Enjoy.